have been designing a cryptocurrency or token, including a platform in which to move that token and others. And this doesn't sit right with me. This is coming at a really weird time. Now, I don't know a ton about it. We're going to go over this news story, and I'm going to explain why this doesn't sit well with me. But I have a feeling that Donald Trump himself doesn't have anything specifically to do with this. But this is a very interesting time where family members of a presidential candidate are coming out with a platform to move value. Okay. The story's out of CNBC. New details of Trump family crypto project released, including who can buy in. There's going to be a couple warnings I'm going to give people. Not financial advice, but with my background in cryptocurrency, I might be able to shed some light on what I think, this isn't what it's cracked up to be. More than 2 hours into Republican former President Donald Trump's World Liberty Financial launch event on X Monday night, the team behind the Trump family's new crypto project finally unveiled a key detail: who can buy the forthcoming tokens it plans to release and how shares of the project will be allotted. For over a month, the former president and his family have been pumping up the endeavor with vague descriptions promising that it will do many things at once. Lofty goals set by those involved in the project on Monday night's X Space suggest that World Liberty Financial will be sort of a crypto banking platform where the general public will be encouraged to borrow, lend, and invest in crypto. There will also be an accompanying token called WLFI. Founders said on Monday, the equity structure for these tokens will be 20% of the project's tokens are allotted for the founding team, which includes the Trumps. Again, they're not naming who in the family this is going to, right? 17% of the tokens are set aside for user rewards. This throws me for a second, and I'll explain why. And the remaining 63% of the coins will be made available for the public to purchase, said founder Zach Folkman. There will be no pre-sales or early buy-ins, Folkman added. The reason why they're doing that is to stay within federal guidelines of how to sell a security if this is under it. Now, the token will be a Reg D token offering, which follows the Securities and Exchange Commission's Regulation D, a provision that makes it possible for a company to raise capital without first registering their securities with the commission as long as certain conditions are met. So let me explain a couple things, because I have a feeling that a lot of people are going to dive into this and you're going to see the value of it go up exponentially. I've got a pretty good background in doing token pre-sales and purchasing ICOs and things like that. First, we need to figure out if this is a native blockchain that's being created, if it is a teardown from the Bitcoin blockchain, or something else. Also, is it inflationary or deflationary? There are a lot of projects out there like Dogecoin that has seen tons of success as far as its price going up, when the only reason it's going up is because there's more buyers than sellers, because people like Elon Musk are pumping it up. And quite frankly, I think that's disastrous. The fact is, Dogecoin, you can print as many as you want. So it's inflationary. You could just keep printing them, right? That gets really dangerous. And a lot of people get focused on the price, but they don't understand how the actual underlying asset works. All right. So you have to find out, is this a native blockchain that's going to be attached to this, keeping track of everything? Is it going to be tied to Ethereum or Solana or something like that? Right. If this is just a mere token and a platform that's running, what is it actually running on? What blockchain is it running on? How efficient is that blockchain? How much does it cost for transactions? Right. These are things you want to think about when you're identifying if this is a good value or not. Now, the truth is, the Trump name brings a lot of buying power with it. Not even before the presidential election of 2015, 2016. Now it really does, because there's a lot of motion tied to it. We've seen a lot of people dive in. I know people personally that purchased shares of Truth Social because they just wanted to support what they thought was supporting the president, right? And nothing wrong with that. But it hasn't been the best bet, right? And that's what these are. They're bets, right? Until you really know the fundamentals of how this stuff works, and quite frankly, I've used that social media platform and it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. And you're only as good as your business partners or advisors, quite frankly. And we've seen this time and time again with all kinds of big successful names where they can get burned. Everybody can get burned. And to see something that, quite frankly, to me, is going to raise a bunch of eyebrows, because anytime you're building an exchange, a platform, you're rivaling that of the money changers, the money makers, right? The New York, the NASDAQ, the guys in the club, right? And so this comes at a very interesting time right before the election. Now, it says here, over the course of Trump's 40-minute fireside chat at the top, and I'm not saying to not buy it or to buy it, right? I'm saying something in my gut. And let me ask you this. Let me know in the comments, does something not sit right with you about this too? This just is really weird timing. And for them to sit there and talk about, you know, I know the gentleman that's owns the patent on Reggie Middleton. He owns a patent on DeFi, and he wanted to set up a machine that was truthful and transparent to be able to exchange for people to buy and sell securities, right? With complete understanding that it's actually you're getting what you buy because of the blockchain. And he's been shut down and smashed and really hurt by what's going on, with the regulators attacking him. So this just doesn't sit right with me. And it says here, and this is a direct quote from Trump, crypto is one of those things that we have to do. Trump said near the end of his remarks, whether we like it or not, we have to do it. Now, something else that really doesn't sit right with me is most people don't understand how easily manipulated the crypto market is right now. Because it's in its infancy, it has a lot of volatility, ups and downs, right? And there's easy ways through the media, through putting out mass information like China is going to ban Bitcoin, and all of a sudden everything just sells off because you scare the retail investors, and then you watch the institutional buyers come in and buy. I could see a big old riling up of this happening, like an attack, because now Trump's in charge of it. Or not in charge, but he's leading the charge right now, where there's a lot of people that are voting for him that have never owned crypto, but now he's talking about it. They're going out and buying it. And what a narrative would that be? Hey, take down the crypto markets, create some flash crashes, cause a couple of, now we've seen this before where like the SEC moving in on XRP or Robinhood, during problems, they say, hey, we're going to halt buying. You can't buy as it's going up, or then you can't sell, things like that. We could see an easy manipulation, say, oh, look at this guy trying to lead you into this fire. And so I don't know, inside I just wanted to have this video like almost like a chat. Let me ask you this. Type 1 if you feel it. This doesn't seem right. This is weird timing. Type 2 if you're like, no, this is cool and you're excited. There's nothing wrong with being cool and excited about this. If there is an absolute platform for truth and transparency among buyers and sellers of securities, I'm all for it. I would love to exchange bonds, T-bills, crypto, and all that stuff, and know that what I own is the actual underlying asset. I hate this crap in the markets where you're getting derivatives. I hate derivatives. Derivatives are from the devil. It's a way of destroying value and manipulating markets. And so this story's going to get really big, I have a feeling, in the next few weeks. And so, again, my trading position, I'm off right now. I'm in cash and I'm sitting and waiting. Sure, I may miss a move. But in the last month or two, I've just moved to cash personally, and I'm just watching, just trying to sell some stocks, and just sit back and wait, because I just feel like regardless if the market goes up or edges down, it could do either. I believe that the rate cuts are already baked into the cake, but it doesn't mean we may see another spike when they do actually cut the rates, say, okay, it's official. But really all the Fed's doing is following the 2-year bond. It doesn't take a magic wand, any special hocus pocus to reveal that. They're a follower, not a leader. That's why they want to make absolutely sure that they don't get blamed for the next move if they do it. If they do cut 50 basis points, you're going to see the markets panic. But I don't think they're going to. Like I've said for the last year, they're going to lower around August or September, and they're going to do 2 or 3 25 basis point cuts going into the election to make everyone feel like it's good. And then they're going to have to probably switch positions and raise them higher because inflation data is going to come in. So I hope you got something out of this. I just wanted to sort of cover this and just let you know what my opinion is. Depending on how they're going to sell it and the market valuation, I may buy some, but I'll let you know if I do or not. But I'll tell you what, there's a lot of volatility with anything right now with Donald Trump's name on it. And trust me, there are people that want to see things that he touch fails. And even though he's probably not personally involved in this, because you can't when you're running for office, you got to have your family running this stuff. But it's very interesting timing, and I'm curious to start doing some research on the founders of this. You know, his business, the family's business partners. I want to make that clear. Anyway, hope you got something out of this. Thank you so much for watching. The Ninja is out.